crowd was definitely a factor. Guys fed off of it early, and certainly a lot of positive out there tonight. I think there's also some things that we need to clean up, a little more crisp, a little more detail. And hats off to Ron Cooper and Long Island. Obviously, a program that has some momentum, and I think they've improved since last year, and I think Coach Cooper will have a good team this year. So, in general, a lot of positive. So it's been a long time since we shut out an opponent in the Swamp, and I thought the defense got a score, and I thought we tackled well. We flew around all night, and then obviously a little bit of a slow start on offense, but I think once we kind of identified their defense and settled in, a lot of good stuff. So good to see Tramel Jones get an opportunity to play, and a lot of players that worked their butt off throughout the offseason and give us a look during the week. We got a chance to get in there at the end of the game, so it's a happy locker room right now. What do we got?
Yeah, Billy, for DJ's first action in a while.
Yeah.
Looked like he kind of knocked off some rust as the half went. What was your assessment?
Yeah, no, I think in particular early. First of all, Long Island did a great job. Showed up with a new scheme, gave us few variables early, maybe that weren't on tape, caused some issues for us, and then I think you can kind of see once we figured that out, we settled in pretty good. But yeah, I think we got to play a little better around him. I think and then I think obviously he can play better a little bit. Forced a few things, but in general, what you would think, really that was his first scrimmage, if you think about it. I mean, he got in and participate in the scrimmages. He's been practicing for about 2 weeks, so yeah, he'll get in his rhythm. He'll continue to get better. I thought you saw him get better as he kind of got comfortable and settled in.
Did you feel like you had to manage anything with him, given that he's coming off a couple of things off season?
Oh, no, man, we played the way, not much different than the past. I mean, I think in general, it's good to see him get out of there healthy, get a good half of football, and then obviously he'll adjust and go back to work tomorrow.
You mentioned Tramel. Just can you discuss what you saw from him throughout the week, his reaction when you told him that he was going to be the backup, and can you go into, I guess, a little bit of the decision just to not play Aiden and Harrison tonight?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think Tramel has earned the job. He's really had a strong surge the last few weeks. I think we've seen him as he got healthy, and we started to give him more reps with the first and second unit. We saw him; he just kept getting better, and he's a pure passer, man. He can really throw it. He's got velocity on the ball. The spin rate is impressive, and then he's a very accurate quarterback. And I think you can see he's got some savvy, made a few plays with his feet. But in general, he's impressed us, and he earned that job. He earned that role. So this is an opportunity to give him a lot of work, and we felt strongly about that.
I know you mentioned some things to clean up, but penalty-free football, looks like you guys came out of it injury-free as well. Just the importance of those aspects on top of the outcome.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good night. I think much like most openers, there's lots of things that you'd like to clean up. We played turnover-free football. We played penalty-free football. We got some takeaways. I thought we tackled well. And overall, the operation was pretty clean. But in general, we'd like to make those field goals, obviously. But we all know Trey Smack and what type of competitor he is, and he'll be back at his best here soon. So, but in general, I think we punted one time in the second half, and the defense, did they even have 100 yards? I don't know if they had 100 yards. Right. So, reality is that's probably what it should look like, But I'm gonna hammer home about 15 plays, that weren't good enough. So you guys watched them like I did.
Yeah, you were challenging championship level defense. I mean, was that pretty close in terms of, and obviously the takeaway early gave you guys a lot of momentum, and then Bryce got another one too. Just how big were those plays kind of early on to get you guys settled in?
No, I think we'll see when we see the tape, and we know where we assignment sound. I thought we were on the same page. I thought we communicated well. against a team that's got some triple option elements to their offense. I think we were assignment sound and pursued the ball inside out. And in general, look, we're going to be tested in the future, you know. So it's a good start, but obviously we got work to do as a team to turn this thing around and get ready for a really good South Florida team.
Billy Vernell Brown III is just the third true freshman receiver to start an opener in school history. He joins some elite company with Antonio Callaway and Percy Harvin. That catch that he made tonight, is that exemplified one of the reasons why he earned that job?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great competitor. He's obviously skilled, but I think more importantly, he's got a certain maturity level. And you could see tonight, it's not too big for him. He's comfortable in that setting, right? So he's a playmaker, you know, and he's been doing that. Very consistent, very dependable, know what you're going to get. And he's an even better person, you know, teammate. He's going to be a great leader. And he's a guy that really, really cares about the University of Florida. And I think that makes it special for him. So you can see he's comfortable out there. That'd be the first of many like that if I was betting.
And then what did it mean for the team and for Taylor, Dirty 30, to get in the end zone tonight?
Yeah, no, they celebrated in there. I think that was his first touchdown. They went crazy in there. So I kind of felt bad. But I think, yeah, guys like that who've been in the program since day one, since we got here. I mean, that guy's done about every job in the building, you know, in terms of scout special teams, scout offense. And all he does is just show up and work. And then when we get a few guys nicked up, he's available. He's become a very good special teams player. He's a really good communicator. He makes everybody around him better. And it's a strong example in his faith. And he's really bright. I mean, he's in graduate school now. So, yeah, guy made a memory tonight that he'll remember the rest of his life. Pretty special.
Kind of a follow-up about Trammell. When he took the field, I knew he had a couple of starters out there with him, like Jaden, Austin, and Bryce. How impactful, I guess, was that, or maybe intentional, I guess, to have some guys out there who got experience helping him out?
Yeah, no, I think we went into the deal trying to get control of the game and then get DJ out and get him some good work. And then we started the half with some pieces around him to try to give him an opportunity to be successful. And then, you know, we've got a lot of twos that are really good players, and I think we got a lot of those rotational players in the game. That's one of the benefits of a game like that is the play counts don't get too high, and you get a chance to play some of these guys that need experience. So, and they'll all get better as a result of that. So there's no substitute for playing in a game, you know, and I think that was Trammell's first opportunity. I think he'll be better next time.
Billy, would you talk about the way your defense pursued? You only gave up one first down in each half.
Yeah, no, I'm pleased. We emphasize it. You know, we're fanatical about the effort we practice and play with. And there's no doubt that you could see that show up tonight. I always talk about the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth defender showing up. Yeah, we got some takeaways, which is a positive. And we're going to face the best teams in the country, some of the better offenses in the country, and the real challenges are ahead.
Jaden Baugh set the tone earlier. That opening possession for you guys finished, I think, with 105 yards. What's that mean for what did you think about his performance and then him just being that leader you're counting on him to be?
Yeah, no, Jaden's special. You know, obviously a lot of creativity. I thought he made something. Maybe wasn't there sometimes, and he made some plays. But, yeah, I've been impressed with Jaden because he played as a rookie, experienced some success, but I haven't seen him. There's been no complacency there, and I think that's a tribute to his character. He's really a good leader as well. Him and Jacoby are two of the better leaders that we have on the team. So, again, that running back room continues to be a strength for us. And these guys – you know, you got to see some of the other players. Good to see Duke get some reps tonight. KD. So, Yeah, we need Jaden to be his best football player, but we also need him to be a great leader for this team to be what it's capable of being.
Billy, going back to Vernell and his catch, can you kind of take us through what you saw? Did you think he was going to catch it? And then also just, did you realize a freshman hadn't started in a season opener in almost 10 years when you make that decision?
Yeah, no, it wasn't a very complicated decision, based off what I watched every day. So, but yeah, I mean, those are the ones you don't forget, right? That picture's in your mind, just like the Pearsall catch just, a couple of years ago. So, those are unique, and people be talking about that catch for a long time. Yeah, it was incredible.
Billy, so much went right for you guys tonight, but I know Trey missed 3 field goals for you. How concerning is that? I know it's the first game, but he is a veteran, and I know you probably expect him to be automatic.
Trey will bounce back. He's an elite competitor, and some of those were deep, and we got to help him, So, but we've got a ton of confidence in Trey. That's why we put him out there. We kept putting him out there. So we'll see. There's no telling when you look at the tape. You got to play good around him. Good snap, good hold, good protection. But yeah, he'll bounce back. He'll be fine.
Coach, you mentioned LIU maybe showed some things on defense that you hadn't seen, and it did seem like DJ was under pressure a little bit at the beginning of the game that have to do with that part of it.
Yeah, some real unique things in the very first couple possessions of the game. So yeah, it was definitely brand new. So I think it took a little time. Some radar stuff, unique stuff that really challenges your rules in protection, even in the run game from an identification standpoint. But that's the beauty of the iPads, right? You go over to the bench and you get a couple possessions underneath your belt. You can get it fixed, and then you make the adjustments based off the coverages you're getting, the fronts you're getting. And I thought the staff did a nice job. Once we got it ID'd, I think we settled in and much better going forward. All right. Thank you all.
All right, guys, joined by quarterback DJ Lagway. We'll start off with Graham Hall.
DJ, just how did it feel to be back out there, and what did you think of your performance in the first half tonight?
No, yeah, it felt great to be back out there. I feel like definitely wasn't what I expected to go out there. I feel like I definitely could play better. I feel like just as a group, I feel like it was very sloppy. I feel like we weren't playing our brand of football. Defensively, they played their butts off. Shutout, that's always great when you get a shutout from the defense, But I feel like offensively, definitely in the first half, I feel like we started off a little slow, But it's part of it, week 1, stuff to build on.
And what have you seen just from Trammell throughout fall camp and leading into this week that gave you confidence that he'd be able to go out there and perform? And what did you think of his performance?
Oh, man, I'm so proud of Trammell. The things he's dealt with the last year or so, with his injury in high school, man, I'm so proud of him, man, and I'm so excited for his journey. He's going to be a heck of a player here.
Go ahead, Edgar, right in front of you. Hey, DJ. We haven't talked to you in a while, and what's this kind of path to get back on the field been like for you? The kind of the patience you've had to show to get to this point, and obviously you've only been really practicing a couple of weeks, so has to be some rust, I assume.
Yeah, it's always just a blessing to be out there on the field. I'm just thankful. Just what I've been through this off season. It was definitely hard. And, I'm just thankful for a great group of guys around me, and just the training staff, Coach Napier, having a plan, and me sticking to the plan. It was great, and it's just like I said, I'm happy that I was able to be out there. I definitely wasn't excited the way I played, I feel like, there's things always to clean up on, but I'm just excited to get out there for next week and just go out there and compete and have fun again.
Yeah, what did you think of Vernell Brown, true freshman? I mean, It's a,
Yeah.
another weapon out there. You have
man.
plenty of them.
Oh man, yeah, it's nothing to surprise. He's been doing it all fall camp, all spring ball. You know, so I'm just excited for him. You know, to step on the stage, he did what he was going to do. I already knew he was going to do that. You know, he's a baller. So, yeah.
DJ, you know, I know you didn't maybe play as well as you might have played physically, but I mean, how do you think you played mentally, getting you guys into the right run plays, getting the checks, communication? How do you think the team did offensively with that part of the game?
I definitely feel like it was solid. You know, I feel like I said, and a whole group can attest to that. We feel like we didn't play our brand of football, you know, offensively, and I feel like it's week one. You know, it's things that you can clean up, and that's what we're excited to do, to clean up for next week.
DJ, what's, I guess, now that you've been cleared, now you've been able to practice fully for the last couple of weeks, do you feel as though, just based on the circumstances of the offseason, that you've almost had to kind of fast track maybe some of the things that you wanted to work on?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I feel like this offseason was a whirlwind. You know, I definitely think I got better from it. You know, I learned a lot of different things about myself, you know, mechanically worked on some things, you know, cleaned up some things footwork-wise and stuff like that. But, you know, it's just, like I said, it's a blessing to be out there on the field. And every time I can step out there with my guys and compete, I'm having fun and I'm happy, you know, so yeah.
How beneficial do you think that the approach was, like, in spring, for example, when, you know, you may not have been throwing passes, but you were behind the quarterbacks every play. You were working through it. I mean, Billy spoke about you even doing some, like, signal calling from the sidelines.
Yes, it was good, you know, to see the game from a different perspective. You know, getting mental reps, you know, was huge for me. Seeing the game from a coach's perspective, you know, and I feel like it's definitely part of my growth and my development, and I feel like it's, in the long run, it's going to pay off for sure. Okay, cool.
You did get those 3 touchdown passes, though, in the second quarter. It seemed like you found a rhythm somewhere. Was there a point where it did click and it get a little more comfortable for you? Or how would you describe the night overall in that regard?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I definitely think it got more comfortable for me as the game went on. You know, I know I need to play better than that, you know, and I'm going to play better than that. And I'm just thankful you always get another week. You know, you get to start over and you get to prepare, and that's what I'm excited for.
You mentioned Vernell and his game, but take me through the emotions of that catch, because at first it looked like it was going to be overthrown. He just stick his paw up and catch the ball. What's going through your mind as you see him?
I was just like, you know, it was a great play by him, you know, and I'm pretty glad he made a play because he was open, you know, and he made a heck of a grab, and I'm just proud of the guy. He put a tremendous amount of work in. Awesome guy, humble kid, and I'm glad that we got a guy like him on our team.
Cool. DJ, you mentioned changing some of your mechanics and stuff. What were some of the things that you worked on this offseason with Tom to try and, you know, get that to where you wanted?
Yeah, it was a lot of things, you know, just to help with my general arm health in general, you know, but just little things like shortening up my stroke a little bit, you know, and things like that. But I feel like it's an ongoing quest. You know, you never can just perfect a mechanic or whatever you want to do, but you know, and I'm still growing on it to the day. I'm not just stopped working on it because it's the season, but, you know, and I feel like I could attest with Coach Napier and all the guys around me that are continue to preach that, you know, preaching the mechanics that we've been working on, so it's great.
And then how did you, once you were able to start throwing and practicing, what did you do to make up for lost time and just keep that rhythm with your receivers?
Yeah, I say just definitely mental reps, you know, getting those mental reps, constant communication with my guys, and I feel like once we kind of got on the field, it kind of just started to click. You know, it wasn't like we weren't missing a step or anything, but I feel like when we got on the field, it started to click and stuff like that. So yeah.
Did you get in the flow state tonight?
So what?
Did you get in the flow state tonight?
No, I didn't, man. I didn't, and you know, hopefully next week we can do that. And play better brand of football. You know, I feel like we didn't play the Gator brand of football offensively. You know, I feel like we ran the ball really well. Kudos to Jaden Ball. You know, he did really well, but you know, offensively, the pass game, you know, I got to do better, and it starts with me.
DJ, what's it like to have that kind of running game you just talked about? Like, if maybe things aren't going well in the passing game, you can still rely on your backs, either if it's Jaden, Jacoby, or whoever.
Oh, it's great, man. Those backs are, you know, they're really good, and thankful to have a group of guys like that in the backfield with me. You know, they're constant communication about protections, all different types of things, man. They're so dialed in, and I'm thankful for those guys.
And then what was it like to finally get back out there on the field in front of that crowd and ultimately get a win today?
Oh, it was great. You know, it's always good to get a dub in the swamp. You know, I know I could be hard on myself sometimes, but it was some good things on the tape. And, and some bad things, of course, things to learn on. And I'm just, excited to get back out there next week. Yeah.
Yeah, DJ, kind of off the field for a second. What's it been like to get all these opportunities that you've had? The Jordan Brand Friday, there are many others. What's that just been like for you and your family?
Oh, man, it's truly a blessing, to be able to partnership with such amazing brands, such as Jordan and many other brands. It's truly a blessing. And without the guys on the field with me, none of that would have been possible. And just the resources that the University of Florida provides, none of it would be possible. So I'm just truly thankful to be at a place like the University of Florida, which has so many resources that help, provide and expand NIL for athletes here.
Has it just, when you think back to like when you were in high school, for example, could you have ever envisioned already, you're just turning 20 years old, having all these opportunities and things?
Man, no, I couldn't, never imagine this, but God works in mysterious ways, and I'm just thankful and, and blessed and fortunate. We're good? I appreciate y'all. Go Gators. Thank y'all. Yep.
I'm good. How y'all doing? Oh, sorry. I didn't know this was on.
All right, we're going to open up for questions for Miles Graham. Please wait until the mic gets to you to ask your question.
Yeah, what did it mean to get a defensive touchdown, the first touchdown of the season?
Man, it means a lot. We've been preaching, takeaways, take the ball over, get as many turnovers as we can to get the offense the ball back. But to go home and score it, man, that's even better. So creating turnovers and touchdowns on defense, man, that's the brand of football we want to play.
And, overall, to pitch a shutout, hold them under 100 yards, how would you assess the performance kind of start to finish tonight?
Yeah, that we just wanted to establish a standard today, and I think we did that. Coming out in the first half, we came out strong, 3 and out, so establishing that standard was really important to us, and no matter who we play, whether if it's Long Island or whoever it is, we want to keep playing like that no matter what.
How did it feel picking up with a strong start in year 2 for you? I know that you gained some momentum in the defense last year, but to come out, have 5 tackles tonight, be flying around personally.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing, man. I got my feet wet last year, so I'm getting more reps this year, and I'm just building off of what I started off of last year. So having them reps, and I'm just getting better at every game, stacking each and every game. So.
What about you guys not having a single penalty tonight?
That's disciplined football. In practice, if you get a penalty, you got to run a lap, and that's a long, hot lap. You know what I'm saying? So that helps us play more disciplined football, get our eyes where they need to be, man, and just play how we want to play.
And shutting out a team, what's that feeling like for a defense when you put a goose egg up there?
It's a great feeling. That's what we want to do every single game. That's the standard we want to have every game. So Coach Roberts preaches that to us, and we just want to keep having that same execution, that same mentality, that same focus, that same intent every single game. That's what we want to do.
Miles, you got the start tonight. How do you feel like you did just making calls, directing the defense, and did you play with the dot at all tonight?
I did. I did have the green dot tonight. I mean, I feel like I could have. It was loud in there. It was loud. That was our first time in the swamp this year. It was my first time with the green dot, so I'm still getting used to it. But I feel like I did all right. But there's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? So.
And then I don't know if you got to see it during the game, but did you catch Vernell Brown, the third catch? And
Man.
What was your reaction?
Man, that was incredible. I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised. He's a great, hard-working, confident young kid, and I can't say that I'm surprised at all. I feel like he's going to keep building off that, keep getting catches like that, keep making great plays. I feel like he's a great player.
Miles? Yeah, Miles.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Hi.
Mhm.
Okay. 2 first downs by them tonight, and they didn't get to 50 yards of offense until there was 10 minutes left in the game.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know if the defense had set any kind of individual or team goals for that matter, but what kind of goals did you guys set? I mean, can you believe you guys held a team to under 100 yards tonight? I think it was 86 when it was all said and done.
Yeah, I mean, we can believe it. All that hard work we put in the offseason, you know, it's paying off. It paid off today. So it'll keep paying off, man, and that's exactly how we want to play. No matter who it is, that's how we want to hold them to.
Miles, have you ever been on a team that held another team to just 2 first downs, 1 in each half?
No, I haven't. That was my first time. It was a great feeling. That's a great brand of football, great brand of defense. It was smash mouth. That's how we want to play.
What did you think when you saw the stat sheet and saw they only had 2?
Man, I didn't even know till after the game. You know, our coaches were talking about it and everything, and they were proud of us. So I'm proud of our defense too.
You get to watch Tramel Jones in practice every single day. What kind of growth have you seen out of him, and what did you think of his performance tonight?
I've seen a lot of growth. I mean, he's electrifying. You can see it with his legs. He can do it with his arm. He got a great deep ball. He's accurate. He'll be a great player for us one day. You know, him learning from DJ, that's a deadly combo right there. And I think after DJ's gone, he'll be a great player for us.
We've heard a lot about Miles Johnson's speed, especially just he got a good opportunity tonight. Just what did you think of what that can do for him moving forward, just getting his feet wet and get some experience in front of the crowd?
Yeah, he was having fun out there, man. He was relaxed for a young kid. I know I wasn't that poised. I wasn't that poised in that moment, you know, having my first play in the swamp. There's nothing like it, man. So I'm really proud of him, man. He had a good tackle, good hit, and it's fun being in there with him, man. He's just keep growing every single day.
What's kind of the key to build on this? I mean, USF had a big upset the other night. You may have watched it. They're going to be coming in here, obviously, pretty confident.
Yeah, I mean, same approach as we have as LIU. Same approach as play Gator football. Play our best brand of football, no matter who it is, whoever steps into the swamp, we're going to spot the ball, and we're going to play.
Jaden Baugh, we were talking about your running back skills versus him. What did you think of his 11 yards of carry night? I mean, had some moves out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I would have had 12. I mean, shoot. I mean, Jaden, man, that was my former roommate. He's a great player. He's a dog, man. He's a grown man out there, men amongst boys. And having him, going against him in practice every single day, it makes all of us better, man. Iron sharpens iron. And I can't wait to see the year that he has.
Obviously, with Caleb out tonight, I guess Brendan Bett and Burrow had to step up a little bit. What were your thoughts about how they did in the front seven and defensive line?
Man, Brandon Bett and Makai, man, they're great players. Having them, you know what I'm saying, having them in front of you, you don't get no plays coming to you because they make all the plays. You know what I'm saying? They just swallowing up the O-line, getting them off of them and making plays. So it's a great thing to have them in front of them, but maybe not so much for me because I don't get to see as much action. But, man, they're a great duo. Great. They're dogs, man, for sure.
Last couple of questions? All right, thank you guys.
Thanks for the time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank y'all.